So last class, we are at the process of creating the registration form, right? Yeah, we have generated the view for this. We already generated the view for a registration. Calling the account and register. Open up, register action. And now it is going to show you all the options: name, password, confirm password, email ID, mobile number, register, reset buttons. Okay, we just been designed up the UI. Okay, when I fill in all the details and click on the register, it will go to the register post action. Register post action. Guys, when I was explaining you the concept of the task parallel libraries, one day we discussed about the TPL, task parallel libraries. And we learned about task parallel libraries. I said, finally, in the TPL, I ended up the discussion with this. What is it? Async await. Two special keywords called async and await, which will allow you to run the code without using a multi-threads. Don't know if using a multiple threads, but it allows you to run the code in a multiple threads. So basically, entity framework actually uses this async and await actually. All the methods in entity framework, now we need to, not entity framework, identity framework. Identity framework, now I need to insert this record in the table. User enters something, click on the register. The click of the register should insert the record in the database table now. Are you getting me? There is a method called as a create user. There is a method called as a create user. When I call the method, it will insert the record into the table. And that method is a async method. That method is a async method. And if at all you want to use async on anything, the method should be declared as the method is an asynchronous method. So you need to declare the method as async explicitly. Your method should be declared as async. I will remind you just a second. Yeah. Recollect yourself. These are two methods I'm using. Just a second. This is a simple code. Just to see this is one method. What is the name? Test one. This is another method, test two. What are you doing in test one? Sending a message, casted reading values on the database. How much time will it take? We don't know. So for the time being, to simulate it, what did I do? I called it delay for 10 seconds. Means imagine like it is taking 10 seconds time now. 10 seconds it is reading the values from the database. After completing that, it will print you another message. What is the message? 10. Then we come to the second one. What is it? Test 2. We come to the second concept called as test 2. And here, simple. We're asking for the user to enter a name. We are reading and printing it. And we are calling method one after the other. And are we calling single-threaded model or multi-threaded? Louder, yaar. Single-threaded. So it executes one after the other. First, which method is called? But test 1 will take 10 seconds to complete. Until then, test 2 cannot run now. So if I use F5, see, test 1 will start the execution. Prints you. Now 10 seconds it will wait. Miss, imagine that is reading something in the background. Completed. Now the second method started the execution. Entered the name, got the result. Are you clear? So how much time this method has taken to execute? Just that guess we have just gone for 10 seconds. Tomorrow it can take more time also here. You are loading huge volumes of data from a database. You are loading huge volumes of data from a database. May take you 30 seconds, may take you 40 seconds, but all the time, second method cannot run now. Am I correct or not? If it takes 30 seconds or 40 seconds, fine. If it doesn't take, means you don't have huge volumes of data here, you have very less volumes. It's loading the data immediately. Are you clear? You need to put two things in the mind. One, what if it doesn't take any time? What if it takes time? Two things we need to discuss now. Are you clear? If it doesn't take any time, no issues. Execute the first method, execute the second method. But if it takes time, second method has to wait until the first one is completed. Are you clear? To avoid this problem, what did I teach you? There is a concept called as async and await. Async and await. What is it, async and await? Here, basically, async and await are two keywords. Async and await are two keywords. So suppose this particular method call. What is the method call? Wait. How much time wait is taking? 10 seconds. Tomorrow, that's not a wait call here. Tomorrow, that is a call to database. Tomorrow, there I'm writing a call to a database, and that is taking time now. Until that is completed, the next lines of code cannot run now. And to avoid it, what did I say? I said, you are provided with a keyword called as await. Await. What is await? Await is a marker. What is a marker? If you cannot run, please leave the control for others to execute. Please leave the controls for others to execute. Okay, so what will happen if you are running in the background? Do one thing. Let others run this code now. Let others take the control and run the code now. Understood? For that, we require to use a keyword called as await. But if you want to use it, your method should be first declared as async. Right now, you are getting an error here. Why? I need to declare this method as async. See now, when I used async here, the error gone now. Now see the difference, all of you. See the difference. Now also I'm running the code. First it will print you. Now the second line of code is taking 10 seconds of time to run now. Yes or not? Without waiting, what it will do, it will leave the control telling, who is free can run the code. Check. See the second line of output now. The method finished its execution now. Understood or not? After 10 seconds of your work, the first method woke up again, completed the work. See the output difference. Earlier, what you got? Started reading values from database, completed reading values from database. Then please enter your name entities. I've given you an example also for this for you. What is it? You are standing in a railway reservation booking counter, and before you, 3 people are standing. Okay, before you, 3 people are standing. So you need to wait there until all the 3 people complete the booking now. So meanwhile, someone came to you and asked, can you please give me your pen? You're anyhow ideally sitting now, ideally standing there. Please give me your pen and I want to fill my reservation form now. And you said, take it. So I have taken your pen and started filling the reservation form now. Are you clearer? Okay, means I'm utilizing your ideal time. I'm utilizing the ideal time now. I'm taking your pen unnecessarily, you put in the pocket, no use. Why don't you give me? I will use it now. So I'm using it and giving the pen back to you. Are you clearer? So this await is a keyword to tell if you are free, please leave the control. If you are free, please leave the control. This, if you're running in the background, please leave the control, let others run the code now. Understood me or not? Okay, but okay, I will leave the control. But are you going to give the control back to me when I'm ready? Are you going to give the control back to me when I'm ready? Means, what is it? Okay, I'll give you the pen to you. You write it. But are you going to give me my pen back when my reservation is done and I'm leaving? My reservation is done here. You're still writing the reservation forms now. I'm not ready to wait there. What I'll say, I'll give you my pen to you. But once I'm done, I want my pen back. You're done or not done now, is none of my business. Are you clear? You might be done with your work or you're not done with your work, but because you did not do the work, I cannot idly sit there and waste my time now. So I need my control back. So basically, the first keyword is async. The async is to tell, this is going to leave the control if it cannot run. It will leave the control if it cannot run. Avoid is to tell, I am ready, give me the control back to me. See, when I'm free, I will do the control. When I'm ready, give me my control back again now. So first we should say async. Async is to tell, this method can run asynchronously. This method can run asynchronously. Avoid is to tell, I am ready, so please give me the control back. Understood or not? Are you clear? Well, this is a value returning method or non-value returning method? Non-value returning method. Suppose this is a value returning method. This is a value returning method. Return hello. Return hello. This is a value returning method now. Async, I'm writing. Now also error coming, see. When it is a value returning method, all of you, careful. When it is a value returning method, all of you, it is a return type of a async method must be void. Async method must be void method. No, I want a non-value returning method. Then you're required to use a task. You're required to use a task. How to write, task of string. That is how you should write. It is void directly you can use. If it is value returning, you should use task of and do that. Are you clear? Why I'm explaining you all these particular things right now is, come back here. Earlier, when I was explaining about this one, I said we use this concept extensively in our MVC and now we are using it now. Watch it, watch. Now I need to write a post action method, guys. My post action method should be an async method. Why, sir? Because inside method calls are await calls. Inside of the method, all the calls are await calls. If I want to use await, my method should be declared as async. So how should I write? Generally, how do you write an action method? First tell me, post action method. Sorry, we already written the post action method here. Oh, this is your post action method, correct now? Now I want to make it as a async method. I want to make it async. But when you say async, you will immediately, what did it tell you? You cannot use async now. Why? It's a void method or value returning method. See, suppose if this is void, for example, if this is void, no error. No error now. But if it is value returning, you will get an error. And how to fix it? Task of I action result. There is a task of string, but here task of I action. Remember, now all your post action methods will be like this only. Did you understand me? All your post action methods will be defined like this only, because inside we are going to make await calls. We are going to make the await calls. What are those await calls, sir? I'll show you. Wait. So first you got the point why I declared it as task of async task of. Otherwise, public I action result. But now public async task of I action result. Okay. What you wanted to do? What I just wanted to do is, I just wanted to write the appropriate logic. Okay. It is just telling you, you used async, but you not used await anywhere. Yeah, I'm going to use it here. I'm going to use it. I'll tell you. What you want to do now? You want to create a user account now. Correct? What is your requirement? You want to create a user account. Do you have validations in the code? Tell me. So you want to check the validation success or not? Already annotations are applied. And how do you check annotation success or failure? You know that already. Model state dot is valid. If it is valid, then only user should be created. Then only user should be created. How to create a user? See, basically, you want to create a user. Yesterday, we created one class called a user model. And this class is useless. This class is useless. Why? I said you, this class is only for creating the views. MVVM architecture. But what is the class to, what is the actual class? The actual class is provided by Identity Framework. The class name is Identity User. What is the class name? The actual model class is Identity User. This is only view generation. This is only a model class for view generation. MVVM architecture. Recollect, I taught you very clearly. For view generation, one model will be there. For interacting to the database, another model will be there. For view generation, what is the model? User model. For interacting with the database, what is the model? Identity user. Are you clear? Identity user. You are required to create the instance of that class now. What is it? Identity user. User is equals to new identity user. And here you are required to pass some information for this now. What's it? Array object initializer. What attributes you want to initialize? What did you take from the user? Tell me. Name, password, phone number, email ID. Do you have the things what you are taken now? Okay, use that only. What? First is equals to user model dot name. User model dot name. Still, we have taken the email also. Shall I take the mobile? Dot mobile. Okay, we have even taken the password also, guys. We're taking the password also. I'll tell you. So this is the actual model class that interacts with your database. And the password, confirm password, the chance won't be there in the database now. Unfortunately, what is that? Password field. And if they are not matching, model state.isValid will be false now. No need to talk on that. Okay. So which class instance have you created? Identity user. You're required to create the instance of identity user. What are the information you're passing? See, name, email ID, and the mobile. Are you clear? Now you need to call a method called as create user. You need to call a method now. What is the method? Create user. Where is that method, sir? The method is present. The method is present under a different class, guys. What is that class, sir? The method is present under actually, see, this identity user is the user account what we created now. I said you, I add identity takes a user as a parameter. Tomorrow you can have roles, manager, clerk, admin. Then we need to use this one. But right now, what we have? Identity user. Okay. Now coming back, what I said you, the identity user instance is ready. Sir, password is not specified there. Yeah, I did not specify the password. I'll specify the password also. Just a second. Yeah. Now, you want to insert a record into the table. You want to insert a record into the table. So for that, there is a class called as, there are two different classes, guys. One is for user management and one is for sign-in management. One class for user management. User management means creating users, modifying the users and all. Sign-in management means log in, log out, these type of operations. So these are the two things. So we have provided the two classes, guys. One is user manager. Second one is sign in manager. Right, the name of the class is telling you what it does. So user manager, what it will do? It will manage users now by creating users, altering users, deleting users, all. Second one, sign in manager, what it does? Log in, log out, all those options. We need those two classes now. What two? One is user manager. Second one, no need to create the instance of those classes here. We need to inject those classes in the form of dependency injection. We should not create the instance. What we should do? Inject them as dependency injection. What again? Construct injection only. Public account controller. What are the two classes you want? One is user manager. And guys, watch it. And this user manager is a generic class. Correct? Huh? What does it take, sir? It takes the identity user. Okay, give a name for it, user manager. Second one is sign in manager. Sign in manager. This also generic class here. What it takes is identity user only. Sign in manager. Okay, and we need the two fields now. And I said you how to create it. Right click, quick actions and refactorings, create and assign field. Same way, right click, quick actions and create and assign field. Yeah, the two fields are ready. One is, second one is sign in manager. Now come here, guys. Now what you need to do, user manager dot create. See that's an async method, guys. Create async. You're required to call this method now. Create async. What should I pass? It takes the two parameters. One is the identity user. You created already now? User. Second one is the password. User model dot password. Actually, password should be given here. Sorry. User model in a lowercase. User model dot password. User model dot password. So you need to call this, and this is going to return you what? And it is a avoidable method. So when you are using it, don't forget to use avoid. See now, I used avoid. This is why I used the async here. See, remove this line of code or comment this line of code. And there is a warning here. What is a warning? Read all of you. You don't have an avoid. You don't have an avoid. It is telling you. Yes or not? Now I'm commenting. Now I see I have it. The create async is the avoid method now. And when I use it, there is no warning here. Are you clear? Identity framework completely uses async and avoid calls. All these are async and avoid calls. Means in the background, it is going to create the user for you. Okay. In the background, it is going to create the user for you. Let me capture this one. What is the result? How do you capture? Where result is equals to. Now you get the result now. Okay. If result dot succeeded, you can understand that? Result dot succeeded. Tell me, guys, if the user creation is success, what should I do? Generally, the user registration is successful. Ask him to log in form and ask him to log in. Yes or not? Why all that nonsense here? Already you have username, password, not. Why don't you sign in directly? Array, sign in directly, man, and take him to the index page of your site. Take him to the index page of your site. So what should I do? Sign in manager dot sign in async. What is it asking? Two parameters. One, identity user. Pass the user information now. Pass the user information. Second one, what is it asking? Stay signed in. Array, stay signed in option, man. If you select stay signed in, it will create a persistent cookie on the client machine now. So do you want to stay signed in or not? That is what you're asking. Yes or no? And now we're telling yes, sir. You came from registration form or login form. You came here from registration form or login form. Then how are you telling yes now? If you come from login form, then there is an option to select stay signed in. When you came from registration form, why stay signed in now? It should be false. So when it will be true? Array, this is going to be true if you go from login form and provided the user selected the checkbox. What checkbox? Stay signed in. See, what is the second parameter? The second parameter is it asking for persistence. You want persistent cookie or not? False indicates no. True indicates yes. Why true now? True cannot be used now. It should be false only now. Understood or not? Okay, so that's what. So now I want false. Okay, again, you're getting a warning here because this is also a sync method. So what you require to use? Await on this call. Await. Once this is success, take him to index page. Take him to index page. Simply return redirect to action index home. Return redirect to action index home. And all this if it is succeeded. If it is a failure, no, it's a failure. Failure, what is failure? User creation failed. Why? Email ID is wrong. Password format is wrong. Username format is wrong. Validations will be coming into picture now. Are you clear? But here we stopped it now. Array, this is going to validate. Listen, this is going to validate only required field or not. Confirm password matches with password or not. But check yourself, where is a password validation? Array, if you said data password over, data should have said password should be minimum length, maximum length. What characters you want to allow? What characters you don't want to allow? Are they specified by you? Did you write annotation for that? You did not. Yesterday I said you guys, no need. Identity framework had all that information. Are you clear? And if this is wrong, the user creation will fail now. The user creation will fail and gives you a set of errors. Capture them and display them to the user. Capture and display them to the user. For each, where error in result dot. Did you understand that or not? For each error in result dot errors, I'm picking these errors. And these errors I'm going to display now. Where model state dot add model error. Where it shows, sir. Just a minute. Go to register.cshtml and you have a validation summary on the top. Did you notice it? All these error messages will be published in the validation summary. And to publish that in the validation summary, what should I call? Add model error. This is some name here. That's optional. You can give some name for the error. Array not required here. Now, description. Show me the error description. No, I don't require a name for all this method. If you want to give a name, you can give a name. That is only optional. Simply give what? Description. The error description should be shown for you there. And all this happens when there is everything errors are there. No errors. There is no error. If there is no error, then what should happen? Take you to index and home. Are you clear? Sir, this is fine. But what if the model validations failed? Means if my local annotations fail now, if these annotations password not matching with confirm password, these fail. Generally, these failures will stop on the client side only. These failures will stop on the client side only. When it comes to server, in any case, if JavaScript is disabled on the client side, then only it come to server. And now your content is revalidated here now. Correct? So now tell me if there are any model errors, will it enter the if condition? No. Directly what is a return view? and pass the model object to it. Return view and pass the model object. All of you observe it. I'm adding a breakpoint. We will debug this code and see what happens step by step. And meanwhile, let me open the SQL server. We have created 7 tables yesterday now. Yeah, which table this data comes and falls, I'll show you. Right now, the table is empty. Once user creation is successful, the table should contain a record in it. Is it clear? Let me show you. There is a table called ASP.NET users table, I think. Actually, the values will come and sit in that table. New query. What's the database? MVC code DB. Select star from ASP.NET. Intelligence not working. I think ASP.NET users table only. Table is empty. That is only the table. ASP.NET users. The data will come into this table. If the registration is successful, the data will come here, guys. Okay now? Fine. Let me run. Now we need to type account register. Without that, we will add this login and register also on our layout. In the layout, we'll add them on the top. Okay, now we'll do it. Wait, I'll show you that. For the time being, I need to type it now. Account register. So what I'm telling is, in the left-hand side, why don't you show me that login and register options on the screen now? Here, show me login and register, guys, so that I can click on login or register now. We'll do that. Wait. Now, just want to enter some name. I want to enter some name of your choice. I'm giving the name as. Okay, I'm giving some name now. Okay, I'm giving some name. Now, enter the password. Okay, Raju@1024. This is the password I given. Okay, now I'm giving confirm password. Raju@1025. Wrong password. So compare validation should fail now. Okay, email ID. And I'm entering the mobile number. Okay, and here I'm starting it with 5. A phone number validation has to fail now. Register. Spelling error should match. All these things are not matching now. Are you clear? So I'm fixing this. Working. I am fixing this. Working. Unoppressive. When I fix it, automatically errors are removed off. Register. If you're hitting a server miss, client side validation worked for me. So this condition will not fail now. Yes or not? So come inside now. What is happening? Creating the identity user. Now, this create async method will create the user in the database. And guys, before I run this, let me show you one more time. The table is empty, right? Not created. It has not created now. It has not created. Why not created? Maybe some errors there. So if succeeded is false. Comes to else part, and it is going to pick the error and going to publish that error message on screen. What is the error? Check it out. Identity framework validations are in action now. Are you clear? Identity framework validations are in action. Name cannot have spaces. What it can contain? Letters, digits. That's all. Why? Because I said it is going to maintain this name as unique. It is going to maintain this name as unique now. So it accepts only things. See, in your Gmail, when you're getting an email, now spaces and all the things are not allowed now. So that's what. So I want to use a decimal. Does it accept? Let me show. 1024. Raju at the rate 1024. Click on register. Back again. And now, okay. Account created. Accepted here. And you see, guys, ID. This is a unique ID for every user now. And this is a GUID. Notice that? I explained about GUID, remember? It's a unique value. See now, for every user, GUID generated. Next, username. It will have another column, the normalized username. Nothing but the value will be converted uppercase and stored. Same way, email ID, normalized email ID. And email confirmed. I'll explain about that email confirmed in detail. Same way, your password is encrypted. Tomorrow, no one can see the password here. This is what I said you in your, when I'm teaching you the forms authentication, we are now non-encrypted password. So tomorrow someone can see the passwords here. But very security now. Identity framework does that work for you. Encrypted password. No one can see the password here. Okay, timestamp, when is it created? Phone number confirmed. Like this, it will have some set of columns already created now. Are you clear? Well, the user account is successfully created or not? So is succeeded, true or false? True. Sign in manager is going to sign in and takes you to the appropriate page. Index page. Is that clear, all of you? Yes or not? Okay. So guys, in this code, I have used 3 classes here. What are the 3 classes? Read. As the name tells you, manage the users, creating, deleting, changing, all these things. Second, that is the user in the identity system, not our users class. We created our own class now, user model. That is only for model, that's all. That doesn't belongs to the database. The actual identity systems class is next. Login, log out, all these things. Now, right now, you are using only like a normal forms authentication, but here only you have Facebook authentication, Google authentication, everything will come here on. Here, registration is clear. What next? Login, create a login page, sir. Oh, last class we even created a login model also now. Yes or not? We even created a login model also in the last session. So now we'll just try creating a login model also right now. Okay. Before I create a login, I want to tell you the rules for password and the rules for username. Right now, the validation failed now. Username validation, same way password validation also will fail. So these are the rules for password and this one, guys. Inbuilt, there is a class called as, this is a class which has the validations for name. Validation for name. See that there's property. What is allowed? See. Hyphen decimal underscore @ Apart from that, try anything will give you error. Give a dollar error, space error, hash error. What it accepts. I use the decimal error. Decimal is in the list. Decimal is in the list. Sir, can I see this class? You can. Another property is all there. Require a unique email or not? Do you require a unique email or not? Yes, default is true. And every user requires a unique email ID. Are you getting my point here? Okay, so now, how can I see this class? What is the class, guys? User options. Array. If you want to see any built-in class code, don't you know this option? Right click, go to definition, will show you the code now. You can see the content of the class. Are you clearer? It will show you the appropriate content of the class. See that. Defaults to lowercase alphabets, uppercase alphabets, and all this. That only I shown you on the screen. That only I put you on the screen also. You guys are clear? And same way for password validation, there is a class called password options. See now. Required minimum length 6. Unique characters. At least one unique character should be there. Do you require a non-alphanumeric character? Yes. Require a lowercase character? Yes. Requires an uppercase character? Yes. Require a digit? Yes. I require all these things. Are you getting me or not? So what is the minimum password length? I want to change this to 8. I want to change this to 8. Require a digit is it true? I want to make it false. But is a predefined class now? But still you have options to modify all these things. You can modify user options also. You can modify password options also. How do I customize them, sir? You want to change them. So if channel option is there, how can Microsoft decide the rules, sir? How are you? Who are you to decide my rules? Got my point? Who are you to decide my rules? That's why it has said, no worry. These are the rules I defined for you. If you're not okay, I'm giving a chance for you to modify now. You can modify whatever you want. Shall we modify? I want to make 2 changes. 1, required length should be 8. Required digit should be false. Your choice here. Whatever you want to change, you change it. And you need to do this in the program class again. You need to do in the program class again. So go to the program class, guys. And here we called add identity now. We call this add identity, right? Here we need to use options, lambda expression, options dot user dot I can modify this. Now we don't want user, now we want password. Password is there, password dot. You're getting all these options now. And now required length. What is the required length? 8. Comma. Sorry, semicolon. Options dot. Password dot. Required digit is equals to false. Same way you can set for user also. I'm setting for password. So where should I change it? Program class. In the program class. Now onwards, remember guys, digits are optional and minimum length of your password will be 8 characters. I can customize it anything in my code. Is it clear all of you? Okay, so customization is very, very important. Yeah, guys, if you're working in 5.0, how to write? And if you're working on 6.0, how to write? So this is your old code, guys. And now you need to add options, lambda, open the curly, and specify this now. Okay, now? Well, done. So my rules I modified according to my requirements. Now let us go with login. Let's go with login. Come on, guys. Help me, please. Come to account controller. What I'm done with, the get and post actions for a register are completed. Okay, just a minute. Shall we add a region here? Region, register, hash, and region. Region, login. Public, login. Get. Next. Tell me. Public async. Task of I action result. Login. What is this model for this? Login model. What is it, guys? Login model. Login model. Here what we used? User model. And here we are using login model. Understood? Just for the time being, return. Simply I'm writing return view. It's not right. We need to correct it. We'll do it. First, let us add an action method now. Right click. Sorry, now add view. Come on, guys. What should I select? Rather view empty or rather view? Rather view. Add template. Model class. Click. Okay. What I said, run this first. See how it looks. Customize as per your requirements. Account. Login. Yeah, not looking good. 2 times login model. First remove. Yeah, it is taken the password from here. Autofill is working. Remember me, I want to change this as login. Don't want that backlink. And so now we have, remember, now you need to use that option, guys. What is persistent true? Is persistent true now? In the login, in the sign in, I should use that. Okay, we'll do, man. We'll do the appropriate thing. Yeah, my login page is ready now. My login page is ready. Okay, we're getting a text box, like a full size text box. We control all those things. Wait. Okay, first let us just try this. Now enter the username here. M dot. Yeah, this is the username I used. And the password Raju@1024. When I click on the login, I need to verify and validate the user. Correct now? Okay, guys, come to account controller. Now, what if model state dot is valid? Then come inside and use it. Otherwise, return view login model. Okay. So if your model state is valid, what to do? The model state is valid. I need to go for logging the appropriate user. Okay. So actually, understand a point here. Earlier we used a method all day. What is it? Sign in async. Sign in async. Further, we pass the user and automatically sign in worked. But now, listen, I cannot call sign in async. Why? Where you have a user, there you created user. So user is ready, you called sign in. But you don't have a user now. You need to call a method called as password sign in async. What is the method? Password sign in async. Again, what is that? Sign in manager. Remember? Password sign in async. Okay, again, this is a await method and you will get a result. What it takes. Identity user, Password bool. No, don't use that. Arey, where is identity user? I don't have identity user now. Na? So what I have? Username and password. See, this overload should be used. Username, password, and bool is persistent. And bool, lockout on failure. Do you want to lock the account on a failure? Is asking. No, don't do that. But if I use this, it lock the account. Okay. So well, guys, what is the first parameter? Username. Where is the username? Login model dot name. Password. Login model dot password. Next, bool is persistent. That is based on the user selection. Login model dot stay signed in. Remember me, okay. If this is true, if this is checked true will come here, otherwise false will come. Now he's asking, shall I lock it on a failure? No, don't do that. False. Did you understand the 4 parameters? User ID, password, persistent cookie, in-memory cookie. And do you want to lock the account? No, I don't want to lock the account. And what you get back? A result. You're going to get back a result. And guys, if the result is succeeded, take him to index page then. That's it now. If the result is succeeded, take him to index page. Result is failure now. Show the error messages. Show the error messages. How do you show? Invalid login credentials. I'm going to tell you as invalid login credential. Sir, are you not going to show me the errors like the previous one? Why won't show? Why? If I show the errors, it will show you like password is not in a correct format. Why will I say that? Why will I say that your password is not in a correct format? That is for registration, okay. For login, will you say password is not correct format? Should accept, should contain one uppercase character, should contain, means you are giving a hint to someone to hack the password now. Yes or not? I don't do nonsense. I only tell invalid login credentials. But what is correct? You should know. Why will I tell? You need to enter the correct values. Understood me? That's why I'm not picking the model errors. Without picking the model errors, what did I do? Simply I said you invalid login credentials. You can't log in now. Otherwise, return view login model. So what is the method you call? Password sign in async. That's it. That's only the method you call. That's it. Okay, come on. Let's have a breakpoint. Let's run. We need a sign out also. We'll do that also. We'll do add a sign out functionality also. Hold on. Account login. See, I'm entering M. Wrong name, guys. Wrong name. But I'll enter correct password. When I click on login, it came here. Model state validation succeeded. Password async has got failed now. It will fail now and comes to else part. And why will I tell to user invalid name format? I won't tell that. Right or wrong, you should know. It's a pass. This is not a registration. Registration wise, I'll tell you, but not in a login. What I'm telling you are invalid login credentials. That's all. See, the error message came in the summary. How to get that? Add model error. We'll add you the message in the summary. You got invalid login credentials. So let me correct it. Dot. I'll give wrong password. Okay? Raju @1025. Wrong password. Every time I'll tell the same thing only. Your credentials are wrong or right. Shall I get a correct password? 1024. Click login. You should launch in the. Are you guys clearer or not? So you have launched in the index page now. Clearer? So that is what login is. That is what the login functionality is going to be. Understood, all of you? I called only a method there, guys. Password sign in async. That's all. Earlier, what we called directly sign in async. Why? You already have a user information with you. You directly pass to the user. But now you need to check the password and all the things now. Earlier, why don't you check, sir? When created user, you check now. Why do you check again for password now? The same data only I used for sign in also. But now you are logging in freshly. I need to check your password is correct or not now. Understood all of you? Well, next. The next thing what I just wanted to do now is I want to add the links, guys, like what I said to you. I just wanted to add username, password, links on my screen on this now. Is it clearer or not? I want to add this on my things here. Okay, we'll do it, guys. We'll do it. Actually, look here. Here you got customers now. And here on the right side corner, I want login and register. If you log in, username and log out. Correct only, na? If you did not log in, what should show? Login, register. Looking at that, you understand you did not log in now. But if you logged in, show me my username and my logout option. Username and logout option. So if you click on logout, it should be logout. And I want this on the right corner, man. Understood? Okay, how do you get this in the right corner? Where should I add it? Which page? Layout. Go to the layout, guys. Go to the layout. So let me take you to the layout, all of you. Let me close all these things. I'll take you to layout page. All of you. Just watch this. Here we use the div. It's a bootstrap code, guys. By default, now bar collapse showing you something, and it's a list items. But this styling, this will make the list items look like side by side. And the list items will come one below the other now, but they're coming side by side now. Why? That's all bootstrap classes what are used here. And here we are going to use a different bootstrap class, guys. Just a minute. In this, we have a URL now. One order list is there. What is the style? Flex grow. It will grow automatically. And I'm using one more unordered list, guys, auto. This is going to get you the output on the right side, guys. Now you'll be getting the output on the right side. It go to the right corner now automatically. What I want now for the time being, add me login and register links. Login and register links. You guys know how to add a link. Hey, same process here, LI. Same only. See? Adding a link now, class, now link, text dark, ASP controller, account, action, register. What do you want? Register. Same way, login. Save it, run once. We are still did not complete because once login is done, that should not show now. Okay, for the time being, I'm showing you, array, this comes on the right corner. That's what I want to show you because I used a bootstrap class here. What is that? Now bar, now ML auto. See that. Clear? On the click of the login, on the click of the register page. Now I clicked on login. Can I log in? I'm doing a login. See, guys, still showing you login register. I logged in. Why are you showing me this? Then what do you want to see? I want to see log out, name and log out. Name and log out. So if that is the case, I need to know the user is logged in or not. Are you clear? I need to know the user is logged in or not. How do I know the user is logged in? If you want to know the user is logged in or not, you're required to use the sign in manager class now. What you need to use? Sign in manager. The sign in manager has a method called as is user signed in. Is user signed in? Is signed in. What is the method name? Is signed in or not? And let me tell you, signed in or not now. Understood? Well, guys, if I want to use the user manager, did I create the instance of it or did I use dependency injection and injected? Louder. I did not create the instance now. Two class instances I did not create. What is it? Sign in manager, user manager. I did not create or use the dependency injection. Now what do you want? A sign in manager, user manager. Sign in manager is what I want. And now that also should come as a dependency injection only. To do that, we inject it here also. How do? One day I showed you, remember, at the rate inject on the top of the page. We can inject into your view also. So I'm going to inject into my view, guys. Look, at the rate inject, sign in manager, identity user. What is the object name? Sign in manager. In our registration also, sorry, in account also, same name only now we given. But error coming, sir, namespace issue. We need to import the namespace basically. What is the namespace? The namespace is Microsoft.ASP.NET Core.identity. You are required to write all the things here. What? Dot. Now is no error, see? Every time I cannot write all this code. The simple one I said here. What is it? Open. What? View imports and write down. At the rate using Microsoft.ASP.NET Core.identity. So that in multiple views I can directly inject all my classes now. What is required? You require a sign-in manager. Tomorrow in another place you may require a user manager. Whatever you want, you can inject directly. Okay. Now see, here, what is the problem we are facing? So by default, we are getting off these two. But I want them to be coming only based on sign-in or non-sign-in options. Okay. Write in if condition. At the rate if. What is the class? Sign-in manager dot is signed in. Pass the user now. Pass the user. Is signed in. Come on, guys. Is signed in. What you want to do? Did you notice what did I do? Check once. Is signed in. I did not write any code. Else means not signed. If not signed in, register and login are coming. If signed in, name and logout should come. Logout should be a hyperlink, but name should not be a hyperlink. Correct? Okay. I done one thing. Nothing, guys. This UI, with two times I should write now. Or without that, let me bring it out of the if condition so that no need to duplicate it. Only LIs will be repeated. That's all. Here, two LIs I'm adding. Watch. See the first one? I did not tell controller and action, guys. So that's why that doesn't work like a hyperlink now. That doesn't work like a hyperlink. Then why use this, sir? Because I want to apply some styling now. The styling I want. But I don't want that to work like a hyperlink. That's why I did not write controller and action. Directly what I'm showing, identity user dot identity dot name is going to come now. So let me run once and see. First time you will see login and register. And once you log in, what do you see? Name and login. If you want to debug here, put a breakpoint and debug that also. Just add a breakpoint here. At the breakpoint. Okay, see now, is the user signed in? No. It comes to a else part. Array, did not go inside. That is not C sharp code. Nah, it also goes to else only. That is not C sharp code to show you now. If it is C sharp code, it will have shown you that. Okay. Come on, click on login. Again, coming here, and still it will show you the register login only. Why you did not still log in? You click on login. The user is logged in now. It was, see, where are you at line number 35? 34 now. Array, line number 34 means you are signed in. That is C sharp code. C. C sharp code will show you. It won't show you any HTML code. Okay, simply comes out. See, it will show you logout. Is that clear, all of you? Again, log out. We did not write the logic for this. We need a logout action. See now, my client error code is working now. This is why I added you exception handling in the project first. Tomorrow someone clicks something not existing should not work. So logout is required to be implemented. I need to implement the logout action now. Come on, let us go to account controller again and write logout functionality now. So here, shall I make it login and logout also? Both under the same only I'm implementing. Do you want to launch a view for a logout? Tell me. Not required, na? Directly logout, say logout, that's all. When I say logout, what should happen? Logout. I don't require any view for a logout. I don't require any view for a logout. Okay. Public. Async. Task off. I action result. Here, what is the action method name you given? Check it out. The same name should be present. Logout is the action method name. Any input required? No, I don't require any input. Logout. So what to do? Simply, you are going to log out. How? Simple, guys. Sign in manager dot sign out. Just like you said, sign in. Now it is sign out, but dine out async. That is also async method only. Okay. Once the sign out is completed, where to take him? Where to take him? Login, man. Should take you to login. Why will I take to index? Index means inside the application now. Where will I take you? Login page. I'll just take you to the login page. Run. Okay, guys. Login. Login. Now you got to log out. Click log out. Okay. See that changed of your see. Again, log in. Log out. Are you guys clear? But still a big doubt here is, sir, you have that login page, registration page. Fine, very good. But everything is working without a login also. Everything is working without a login also. Why did you add me now? Yes or not? We'll talk on that. We'll talk on the appropriate thing. I hope you are clear till now. Yes or not? Now comes the authorization. By default, access is given for everyone. Yeah, it is working off now. But how could you? You cannot log in or log out or do any of these particular things without authorization now. You cannot open the customer page. You cannot open the home page. If the user wants to see right now, when I run my site, by default, when I run my site, see directly it is going off to the index page. How are you opening the page? This is my home page of the site now. It should not open now. What should open? When you run a site, Facebook is there. What it opens? Login page. But this one is straight away opening the index page and showing me. Today I don't have any content here, but tomorrow I'll add content here now. How can you click me like this? You need to ask me for a login. You need to ask me for a login now. If that is the case, introduce authorization. You're required to introduce the authorization. And you already know what is authorization. I don't require to tell you what is authorization again for you. Are you clear? Come on, guys. Go to your things now and add the authorize attribute. Go and add the authorize attribute in this context now. Okay, guys, look at this. Basically, if you feel that you don't want any authorization for the home index page, imagine I don't want any authorization for the index page. So anyone can directly launch the index page. No restrictions for the index page, launch it. Just like I'm opening the IRCTC website. I'm opening the IRCTC website. Without a login, I can do a search. Yes or not? Same way, my site open now. I'll go to customers. I want to view the customers and I can see my customers now. I'll say view. Everything is okay. But guys, when I try to say add new customer or edit or delete, it should ask me, login first, otherwise you cannot do this. Understand? Imagine here, IRCTC website. Can I search without login? Yes or no? Yes, search works without a login. But try book ticket. Opens the login page. Login, then only you can book a ticket. I too want a similar style of functionality now. Everyone can use the data, no problem. See the data, no issues for me. But I will add a user, I will add a customer. Who are you? Login first. You cannot until you log in. Edit, delete, all this require a authorization. Are you clear? If that is the case, let me take you to the customer controller and shall I apply this controller, shall I apply this controller level, action method level? I showed you the two options to you. Action method, controller level. I suggest controller level. Why? 3 methods require authentication now and 2 require anonymous. If you go action method level, you require to write 3 times now. But if you write controller level, 1 time and allow anonymous for the remaining 2 methods. But still it is your choice. I said both the 2 options here. I said authorize. Otherwise, second option. But I recommend this one. Okay, 2 times only, allow anonymous. If I will authorize, 3 methods. Tomorrow, if you have more actions with authorization, then better go with controller level. So here, what shall I say? But if I say authorize here, this applies for all the methods or not? This applies for all the methods. Even when you click on customers, also it will ask you for login. It will ask you for a login. Let us see. Click on the customers. Login page was open. Did you notice it? And I did not say anywhere a login page should open, register page should open. The naming convention, that's all. Login is for a login now. So it takes you to login page. But I don't want it like this. Customer should open. View should open. What should not open? Add, edit, delete should not open. So I am saying give anonymous access to display customer. How do you say? Allow anonymous. And do the same for second one also. Run again. And now display customers and display customer will run without a login. Without a login, these two will work. Did not ask you, see? I'll say view. Now I want to do add login first. See now. authentication authorization action now. Directly authentication doesn't do anything until you have a authorization. You said authenticate, but you did not say mandatory now. So directly I should be open. Then I should say authorize. Only authorized users should be given the access for this. So we added the authentication as well as authorization. Is it clear, everyone? Yes or not? Okay. So we just added the authorization header for this one now. Okay. Well, now basically, see, you already know that allow anonymous attribute if I use on the controller. Array, that's a drawback. That's a big drawback. Sir, can I give this application level? So many controllers are there in my project. So can I give this application level? Filters, global filters we learned now. We can do this application level also. But if you want to do this in application level, we don't do in a global filters or something. We need to do the also in program class one. It should be done in the program class. Shall we try application level? If you want to do application level, say you called controller dot view with views now. You call this method now. Here you are required to write. Authorization policy builder require authenticated user dot build, then configure dot filters dot add new authorization filter policy. If you write this particular code, now it will apply global. Now it will apply global, guys. Are you getting me or not? See, for example, I will come here and I will remove the authorize header here. Are you clear? I will remove the authorize header here. Run. Allow anonymous, even I write also anonymous only. Don't write also allow anonymous only. Nah. Forget about this. I removed the authorize header now. And because we removed the authorize header, and it is working off now. But I want this to be global. I want this to be global. Why I have multiple controllers? I want this to be global. Shall we add it global? Okay. How to do? Go to program class, guys. Add controller with views. And here we just required to add it. What is that? Configure lambda. Same like your previous where we added options in the same process. And here we need to say are you clear? You applied application level now? See the problem now? Did you notice what is happening? Login also requires authentication now here. I taught you about this in the MVC5 classes. Be careful for login. If you do that, you are caught in the soup now. Nothing will open. Why? Login will call login, login will call login, login will call login. You want to see that? Copy the address bar. Copy the URL in the address bar, okay? And I showed you this, remember? URL decoder. URL decoder. Go to any decoder. So many decoders will be available. URL decoder, search for it and paste the URL there. Paste the URL there. Check now. Login, calling, login. Again, login. After some time, the size of the URL is exceeded. Why? The maximum length of the URL is 2048 characters. And that size got exceeded. And once that size got exceeded, you get an error. See that? Max query string has been reached off now. See, this is the requested URL. What is happening? Login is calling login, login is calling login. Like this page will never open now. So be careful. So how to fix it, sir? Go to login controller, sorry, account controller. And for the account controller, say allow anonymous. Account controller should be allow anonymous access. Are you getting me? So run. By code only it is happening, man. See, what you said, you want authentication for all controllers, correct? Huh? So login also requires authentication now. So what will happen when you try to call login? Login is calling what? Login. Authentication will call login only na. I'm trying to call login. So login requires authentication. We'll go and call login. And that also requires authentication. We'll go and call login. This will keep on looping now. Understood? That keeps on looping now because it requires the authentication now. See now, this open. Login. Are you clear? But guys, my home page also, I don't want authentication. For home also, I don't want authentication. So I will go to home controller and here also I will try the appropriate thing. Basically to show you application level, I shown you. But when you have 10, 20 controllers in the project now, suppose 15 requires authentication, then go with global. Got it or not? You have 10 or 20 controllers, man. And in that 15 requires authentication, then go global. But you have 20 controllers and 2 requires authentication. Why global? Go with local only. Go with the local. Don't go with the global. You need to choose based on the number of things you have. Here, guys, home controller should use allow anonymous. Even my error controller also should use allow anonymous. Why? If error comes now, you'll ask him to log in. No, so error message should be shown now. So this also allow anonymous. So here, application level is a bad idea. Am I clear? Application level is a bad idea. What is the correct process? Controller level only. But we have taken only customer here, but tomorrow if more controllers are added, then that will be a great bad idea only now. In current scenario, application level is a bad idea. Okay. I shown you that only, na? Are you sleeping in the classroom? I shown you global only, na? And you're again asking how to implement global. This is only global. This is a global filter. It is going to apply global. Application level means global. That's what application level. Okay. Well, afterwards, see, again, I went to all this and I said I love anonymous. For what? Home, error, account. Everywhere I used allow anonymous now. Okay. But still I suggest you use what? Use what? Controller level only in this context. Okay. And a small thing I'll show you. Now, my index page doesn't require authentication, guys. What require authentication? Add customer, edit customer, delete customer only requires an authentication. Are you clear? All of you carefully observe this. By default, what is opening? Index page. I'll go to customer. Now, customer, display customers page opens. See the URL in the address bar. Now, if I click on edit, what will open? Login page. Once I log in, where it takes? Index page. Correct now? Once I log in, where it takes? What is that here? You should take me to edit page, na? Use your common sense, man. Again, should I go there? That is somewhere inside, somewhere I clicked there. Again, you bring me to index page, go there means I need to click so many times again now. Are you clear? Where from you brought me here to the login page? Take me back there only. Where from? From edit page you brought me to login page. Yeah? Take me back to edit page. Take me back to edit page. How to achieve it? Okay. See the address bar, all of you carefully. See the address bar, all of you carefully. I'm clicking on customers. What is the address bar? Customer, display customer. I'll click on view. Customer, display customer, cust ID. Okay now? Well, I'll click on edit. No. See the complete URL, all of you. You have some special characters there, guys, and to try that only, I said you use this code called as URL decoder. What is that? URL decoder. You open, so many links will come. Click on any link there and paste the URL there and click on decode. It has a query string, see? What is that query string? The query string is array after login, return back to this URL by taking the customer ID as the input. Are you clear? So in your login, you need to check now. What is it? If there is a return URL or not. If there is a return URL, the page listed in the return URL. If there is no return URL, put him to index page. Are you guys clearer or not? See, directly if I click on login, then I don't have return URL. Nah. When you have return URL, when you click on add or edit or delete, then only return URL will be there. Otherwise, return URL will not be there. So we need to fix this problem in the login now. Not here. Where to fix? Login. Why? In the login, we return a code. Once login is completed, take to index. That's what we return. But now we need to add a condition there. What is that? Check if there is a return URL in a query string. Yes, present. Then take him to the return URL. If not present, take him to home index. Okay, I'll show you how to implement that. Are you clear? Next, email confirmation. I need to tell about this email confirmation. What is that? You're given an email ID, man. You're given an email ID. Tomorrow, if you enter a, suppose you want to reset your password. You want to reset your password. How do you reset a password? You will receive a reset password link to the email ID. Correct? So when you click reset password, when you click the change password, what did it ask you? You enter, you forgot password here. You clicked on forgot password now. Another window will come and ask you, what it will ask you? Enter what? Oh, enter email ID. Yeah, I'll enter my email ID now. It will never ask you enter email ID. What are you watching, man? Yeah, enter email ID. Yeah, then your user ID will give my email ID. I'll reset your password now. It will never ask you email ID. Enter user ID, it will tell. Why, sir? Because you already given an email account there. I will send a reset password link to that email. If you give your own email ID, tomorrow I will go, I know your username. I will enter, I will forget password. And it will ask me email ID. I'll enter my email ID. I will receive the link now. I'll change the password now. Got it? No, it doesn't ask you that. What it will ask you? User ID. It asks you the user ID. Now it will go to the database and checks. What it checks? What is the email ID registered for this user ID? And will give you a message. What is it? A reset password link has been sent to your registered email ID. Am I correct or not? But you entered email ID wrong, man. At the time of registration, I entered my email ID wrong. Did you understand me or not? At the time of registration, your email ID is wrongly entered. You did not check. By mistake, you had a wrong character, registration completed. You forgot your password. You are clicking on the forgot password. And now it has sent a link now to where? To email. But that email ID is wrong now. How will you change? That is why whenever the user registration is completed, an email verification, mobile number verification should be done basically. What is that? User registration is completed. So you are given an email ID now. I will send a mail to his email and say, Go and click on the link first. Then only I will confirm this email ID is correct now. You enter by mistake a wrong email ID now. Are you clear or not? So understood, confirm email, same way, mobile number. Say I may enter a wrong mobile number. When I'm filling that, this is my mobile number. And by mistake, I'm typing 98493 now. And now onwards, OTPs and everything will go there now. So these confirmations are very, very important. These confirmations are very, very important. Email confirmation, mobile confirmation. I cannot show mobile confirmation because for mobile confirmation, I need to have a OTP generation for that. But I'll show you email confirmation. How to do your email confirmation? What happens, once the registration is completed, a mail will come to your email. You are required to open the email now and click on the confirm link there. Once you click on the confirm link, your login will work. Otherwise, your login will not work. Is that clear? How to implement that functionality, I'll show you tomorrow. Let's stop here. We'll meet tomorrow.